Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the Battle of Britain, 1940. We're going to be playing Tally Ho, a solitaire air war game by Historic Wings, aka Thomas Van Hare. We're going to be playing Mission 1 as we play through this. I thought I was going to have a really good setup with stuff on the table, Vassal, my little Word document that I created, which you'll see here in a minute. But unfortunately, the software doesn't like to show the Vassal stuff for some reason, unless I do like a whole screen of it. I can't do like an individual window. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, it's going to be Mission 1, Tally Ho, a solitaire air war game. We just ended up getting the boxed edition with all the fancy counters and all the super cool maps and everything. So I am looking forward to trying this out and seeing what happens, seeing if we can mess this all up. I know we played it before, and there was a couple things that we missed on it, so we're going to try and do better this time and not miss anything. So, without further ado, let's get to the table. So, you see, I created this little Word document here, which actually has all the information that we're going to need for our sheets to keep track of all of our information and such. So we'll keep that up there on the side, I think, somewhere like that. Of course, we got our map here. We've got our dice tower. We've got all of our counters. We got a bunch of dice here. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So, again, not an expert at this game at all, but we'll give it a whirl and see what we can do with it. So, I do like my counters. You can order the counters from Blue Panther. Where is it here? You can order the base. Oops. You can order the base book game, just the book, from Amazon. And then if you want to order the extra parts, which comes with just the counters and the maps and some sheets, this stuff, you can order that from Blue Panther. So it's kind of a two-step process. There you go. All right, so dun, dun, dun. There's most of this book, and it's a big book. Most of this book looks pretty big, as you can see, 116 pages. But most of it's historical references in the back, and kind of some sheets on how to play, and glossaries, and information about the different aircraft, and awesome stuff. And then kind of like what happens in the campaign. Here are the people that were involved in making decisions. Here's the letter of failure or success, depending on how you do in the campaign. And then, of course, all your different campaign missions and maps and information and all that. And then in the beginning of this, it's just a few pages of rules. There's only like maybe 6 or 8 pages of rules with some good overview and tutorial, and here's how you do things, and here's how you set up the missions and all that. So there's not a lot to it. There is a lot to the book. There's just not a lot to like trying to figure out how to play, I guess is what I meant to say. So we're going to Mission 1, which is going to be this one right here. Obviously, you might have seen this map somewhere right there. You don't need the stuff from Blue Panther. But if you don't get the stuff from Blue Panther, then you have to use the map out of the book, and you have to print out the counters and stuff from the book, and you may have to make your own counters. If that's okay, then go ahead and do that. I would recommend you just spend a few dollars at Blue Panther and get the nice punch in, punch out counters, nice and thick. Looks good counters, right? But that's your decision. You make the decision however you want. So anyways, we got some dice rolling to be had here as we try to figure out what happens in this scenario. So, the Battle of Britain begins. This is Wednesday, the 10th of July, 1940. This is going to be a concentrated attack, a concentrated Luftwaffe attack on an Allied convoy at sea. The convoy's code name is Bread, as it rounds North Forlorn in the English Channel. The Luftwaffe attempts convoy bombing with DO-17. So you can see our two positions here up to the north. These are our ship convoys. Obviously, the Germans are going to try and fly up this way, bomb them, and then fly back home. We're over here. We're going to be figuring out what we have, and our job is to fly out there, intercept them so they can't go bomb our ships. Very simple. So, setup charts. RAF squadron setup. We're going to roll 3 times on this chart right here. 3 little dice. That's all. That's all we get. 3 little dice. Here we go. So, let's find out what we get. We get a 2, which is a Hawker Hurricane. So, you get a Hawker Hurricane, and that is going to be the Brits here. Hawker Hurricane, and I'm going to punch that up. There we go. Oh, that's not a Hawker Hurricane, dummy. That's a Hawker Hurricane. And I should probably just punch these guys out and put them in little baggies, but I don't like doing that. So we got our Hawker Hurricane. All right, we'll figure out where it goes here in a minute. I'm just going to set it off the side for now. Let's roll again. We would like a 5 or 6. Those are going to give us Spitfires. So, if we can get a 5 or 6, that'd be awesome. That's a 4. That's another Hawker Hurricane. So, we're going to punch this out there. Alright, we got one more chance at it. Come on now. Hawker Hurricane. I sense it. I sense a Spitfire. Come on. Spinny! Spinny! No! This is a Bolton Paul Defiant Mark 1 Daffy. What the hell is this thing? I'm assuming that's what this thing is, but text and my eyeballs don't work so well anymore, so yeah, I think that's what this thing is here. So alright. Well, that was kind of depressing. We didn't get a single Spitfire. I mean, they might have been going after other things, whatever. Now we're going to roll 4 times on the enemy charts to figure out what they have. I don't like that die. We're going to get a new die. We got the black dice for the Germans. We got the white die for the British, obviously. And we got gray die for whatever. So, the Luftwaffe Staffel setup chart. We're going to roll 4 times in this one. First one is going to be a number 1, which is a Donner DO-17. A Donner DO-17. Which is going to be this one right there. Lovely. Alright, that's 1. Let's roll it again. We would like 1, 2, and 3 are your bombers. 4, 5 are your Messerschmitt Bf-109Es. And 6 is a Messerschmitt Bf-109E with an ace. So, low would be better for us in this case. 1, alright, that's a very good start. We had 2 bombers. If we can roll 2 more bombers, that'd be awesome. And of course, as you see, you have quite a bit of variety in this setup. You can play this scenario multiple times. 3 is another DO-17. So the most we're going to end up with is 1 fighter squadron, which is good since we didn't bring any Spitfires with us. And a 5, which is a Messerschmitt Bf-109. And that is without an ace. So that is good. Just no ace. We don't need an ace. No aces allowed. Okay. Lovely. So, we are going to have to redesign our sheet here, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. So, everyone just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. All right. I'm going to have to take a few screenshots here, so... Alright, shouldn't take but a second here. Okay, so what did we end up with? We ended up with a couple hurricanes and a Defiant. So we will... Alright, Defiance and a couple of the hurricanes. Oh my gosh. Okay. And normally you wouldn't need to do this, but I was dumb and forgot to print out my little sheet at work. And I don't feel like printing it out now, so, you know. Alright, and what do we got? We got 3 of the bombers. Alright. Shouldn't take but a second to put these out. Alright. I don't even know how well this is going to work. Oh my god. Microsoft Word is going to be a pain in the ass. And then we have one of our BF109E. And next time I'll print something out so I have it ready to go. That would be better, I think. Alright. That's our setup here for Mission 1. We got 2 Hurricanes and a Defiant. And we have 3 DO-17s and a BF-109E. So now we just got to figure out where everything is starting, which we will do now. All right. So you can see on our little sheet here, we've got us some bombers, and this we got our Spitfire, or our Hurricanes, and our things. So we'll roll for these guys first. So since I have the dice out there, right? So just gonna minimize this out of the way. Just to minimize this out of the way. Here we go. All right. Lovely. All right. So this DO-17, we're going to roll a 6-sided dice to find out which group he's coming in. 1, so he's way over here. He's way over here. now we need to find out. We're going to call this is going to be number 1. Number 1 is way over here in number 1. We have to find out what his starting altitude is. That is a 5, which is going to be HL, which I'm assuming stands for high level. So number 1. Number 1. All right. So this is a DO17 number 1. Does that show up for you guys? It looks like it does. Lovely. All right, it's going to start at high level here. All right, so number 1 is going to start here at high level. That's good. Number 2, let's see what he does. So this is going to be obviously number 2. Let's find out which zone he's going to come in at. Number 4, which is going to be this row or column, I guess. And then we're going to find out how his height is. 6. He's going to be at high level too. So high level, he starts back here. So number 2. He is going to start at high level as well. And we also need to roll and find out what kind of swarm. So, at a 1 to 5, they have 4 swarms. And if we roll a 6, then they only have 3 swarms. Basically, a swarm is a group of flights. So we would like to see less of them, which would be nice. Well, we'll see. Unless we roll a 6. So we should start over. We're going to go with number 1. Does he have a full flight? He is a full flight. Number 2, is he a full flight? He is also a full flight. So they're got all 4 of their bomber squadrons in there. All right, number 3, next bomber is going to come in at number. Oh, he's way over here, number 1. And let's find out what his altitude is. And that is a 5, and he is high as well. So 1 and 3 are both coming in over here at high level. 1 and 3 are both coming in at high. So, I'm going to change that to a 3 and bring to the front. Number 3 here. Another high level. And they're all at high level. That's going to be a problem for us, I bet. All right, and they have. We have to see if he has a full squadron. Again, anything but a 6. Anything but a 6 will be full squadron, and they are a full squadron. Okay, so that is where they are. Now let's find out where the fighter escorts are coming in. Fighter escorts are coming in number 4. Oh, over here. Let's find out his altitude is a 3, which is LL. So he's coming in low level. Low level. And that is number 1. So BF 1091. And let's see if he's got a full squadron of guys. And he does. So they're maxed out, ready to go. So they're coming in at low level here. Then we have the bombers coming in behind them. And then we have 2 more bombers way over here. Let's find out where our guys are going. Let's go with our Defiant first, which I think is this guy here. All right, so the Defiant, we're going to find out which zone he's going in. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6. That is a 2. He's going to start here. All right. Defiant is starting there. We're going to roll to see how many Vicks, again, kind of squadrons are in this group. And we want high. Or I'm sorry, if we roll 1 to 4, we get 4. If we roll a 5, we only have 3 Vicks, so some of our planes are left behind. And if we roll a 6, we only get 2 Vicks, which is bad. So we want as many Vicks as we want because each Vic gives you a die. So more Vicks are better. We want a low number, please. 4, that's not bad. It's still 4 Vicks. So it's a full squadron of 4 Vicks. So that's good. And I don't believe it matters. All right, it doesn't not matter. Okay. Now, Hurricane number 1. Hurricane number 1, let's find out where he is. He's starting, same spot. Interesting. I'm going to have him go that way. He's going to start in the same spot. Let's find out how many Vicks he's got. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Of course it is. Of course it is. All right. 1, 2. All right, Hurricane number 1 is going to be missing. Hurricane number 1 left half of his people behind. That's not great. Stop, you stupid fucking piece of shit, Microsoft Office. Stop! Oh my God. All right, so we got 2 hurricanes that we're only going to get 2 Vicks on that hurricane. I don't know why, but that's just, we roll the 6, so that's what happens, unfortunately. We got 1 more. We got this Hawker Hurricane. Let's find out. Whoa, come here, you. Come here, you little dice. 1, he's going to start here. All right, so that's good. That is Hurricane number 2. Now let's find out how many Vicks are in his squadron. 3, which is 4 full Vicks. So we got full, everyone's full except for Hurricane Group number, Hurricane Group number 1. Hurricane Group number 1, and of course they're going against a full BF-109E. That's not great. Or, well, I was going to send him over there. We shall see how things go. We got two bombers high level here. We have 1 bomber high level here. And then we have 1 low level, as you can see again. You would have a little sheet that you would print out. Unfortunately, I forgot to print out my sheet. So we're just going to, we're using my Microsoft Office to kind of simulate the sheet right now, which is fine. All right. So we set up, again, great setup randomization, which I love in all my games, not just this one, but all my games. You know, every time you play this scenario, it's going to be slightly different. You're going to get different guys. You could end up with no fighter escorts. You could end up with no bombers. You know, you could end up with 3 Spitfires. Who knows? So that's kind of cool. All right. I think that is setup done. This is Wednesday, 10th of July, 1940. Mission 1. What is going on, everyone? Historic Wings is in the chat. Hello. Thomas Van Hare, a.k.a. Historic Wings, is in the house. He's come to monitor and make sure I don't mess up his game too badly. I understand. I can understand that. If I designed a game, I would want to make sure that Jester didn't screw it up too. So, no problem there. Alright. Here we go. Dun dun dun. First thing we're going to do, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is to do a movement for the enemy. I think the enemies move first, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a little while, so I'm going to have to reference some things. So we got some setup charts. We did all the setup charts, sequence of play. Yes, Luftwaffe actions are first. Right, okay. So we're going to roll a die for each one of the Luftwaffes to find out what they're doing. What do you want to do? And there is a chart in the rule booklet for each of these guys. Boom, boom, and boom, boom. So we're going to start, and we're going to go from the bottom left, and we'll work our way. I guess you start from the top, and then like you're reading a book. You start from the top. I guess that's the way we're going to do it. So these guys would be first. So we're going to go with them first. Let's see what they do. It's a BF 109. That's a rough setup with the one squadron of Defiance, and one of the Hurricanes is only 2 Vics. This is going to be very tough. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. I trust you know what you're doing. No, I have no idea what I'm doing. Be sure to follow the sequence of play carefully. This is where people get things wrong. I understand completely. I will try to do my best. And of course, check the comments section down below, or if Thomas is able to stay in the chat, then maybe you can fix things as we play. That would even be better. Let's roll for this guy. Have it right. You move the Luftwaffe Stoffels in order from the top down, then in the same row from left to right. See? I know what I'm doing. You guys don't think I do? Ha ha ha. He rolls a 5, which is turned RAF. He is going to turn to the RAF. Now, the RAF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're both equal distance away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can go after either one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomize it. So it is important, the movement orders, top, down, then left to right. Okay. So I'm going to randomize. He could go after this guy, this group, or this group. Either one of those. I don't think they have like a priority. He's just going to turn to the RAF and move. So let's see what he moves. I forgot to say what I'm doing, but this will be odd. This will be even. He's going after these guys, which makes sense because they're coming after him too. What's his move? That's a good question. You might want to know. His move is... That's a good question. What is their move? I don't think, do they have like a set movement number? Is that what's going on here? It's movement of 3. Okay. I was thinking 3 for some reason, but, is that on the counter? Movement allowance. Okay. So movement allowance is 3. Lovely. Lovely. All right, so he's gonna go 1, 2, turn 3. It's coming right at him. Look at that. Dun dun dun. All right, now we'll come and do these guys here. Find out what they do. It's on the mission tracking sheet, which I forgot to, yes, type out. Right, that one. Yes, got it. Oh yeah, there it is, right there on the mission tracking sheet, right in front of my face here. Well, you guys would see it over here, but yes. All right, so we're gonna do this. Squadron 3 of the DO-17s is a 2. 2 is turn from RAF. So let's just review that order just to make sure. I read it earlier, but I want to reference it again. So I know it's on this page. I just have to find it. When I see it, there we go. All right. Turn from RAF. The Stoffel chases, faces, and moves directly away from the nearest RAF squadron, but only if one is within 3 hexes. Otherwise, turn to target instead. It is the same hex as an RAF squadron, blah, blah, blah. Turn to target instead. If 2 or more RAF squadrons are equal distance, move away from the RAF squadron with the higher number of VIX. If 2 or more of the RAF squadrons are equal distance with the same number of VIX, roll randomly. So we don't have to worry about this because there's nobody within 3. So he is basically going to turn to target. Turn to target is, if a Stoffel has yet completed bombing, move it directly towards the nearest target and end movement facing towards that hex. In cases where 2 or more target hexes are equal distance, roll a d6 to randomly select the route taken. The Stoffel does not turn and then move. It takes the most direct path towards the target. Stoffels do not move toward targets that are limited, unless the limitation applies to that Stoffel. Meandering Mike, what is going on? That's right. These two are now massed together because they started in the same location. They can mass together. And they have a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they will definitely go after this guy because he's closer. So, and their movement is... their movement is 3, I believe. 3. And they will go 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming. I mean, they wouldn't just go straight and then cut over. I don't... Or would they... I mean, they would... It sounds to me like they take the most direct kind of indirect path, I guess, if that's the way. All right. Lovely. And now we got this guy here, which we have to roll for. That is correct how we move them. See, it's just... You play a lot of games, you kind of remember things. Let's find out what this Yahoo does. He does a 3. Turn from RAF again. Nobody's within 3. Everyone's equal distance away. We'll go odd, even. Let's see which one he's going after. Odd. So he's going to go after this one, which is actually good for us. He's going to go 1, turn, 2, turn, 3. There we go. So that is Luftwaffe movement. Check. Done. Now, I'm just going to check to see if there's anything that happens before we move. Nope. Our reactions. All right. So now the Royal Air Force gets to act. There we go. So, dun, dun, dun. We need to roll. All right. So... we could combine these guys into one one big swarm to go after these guys. We have some hurricanes here. We got Defiance. So, but first thing, before we can do anything, we have to roll. So, we're going to start. We're not going to put these guys in the same group. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to use we're going to roll the dice is what we're going to do, Jester. So Hurricane number 1. Is that a hurricane? Yes, that's Hurricane, yes. Oh, the Hurricane, right. The Hurricane's the one without the... We're going to roll, I'm actually going to start with the guy on bottom here. We're going to start with this guy. We're going to start with the Defiance. And, because they can move too, we can move them up there. Right, so we're going to roll for Defiant and see what he can do. So, we get... A 1 is always bad. It means no comms, no communications. But we do get a +1 for each one of our Vics. So in this case, we get a +4, but we don't want to roll 1. So we're going to roll for the Defiance first. Nice. 6 + 4 is 10, which means they can move and engage. So they have the option to move and engage. And we are going to move and engage. We're going to take these guys, 1, 2, and move them right in. That is our... Oh, that's our Hurricane. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. I want our Defiance. 1, 2. They only have a movement of 2. Okay. Now, do we send the Hurricanes in there as well? I guess I could have moved them together, but I'm not going to because these guys have got to try and shoot these guys down, and these guys have got to try and shoot these guys down. So, let's see what kind of communication our Hurricane. Now, we only get a +2 because there's only 2 Vics. So, +2, this could be a problem. Oh, no! No communication. No comms. So he basically just flies straight ahead, from what I understand. He just flies whatever direction he's facing, he just flies that way. Fortunately for us, he was pointed southeast, which is going to take him into... they have a move of 3, but once they enter there, boom, that's it. I think he would stop. Am I wrong on that, or am I right on that? I believe that's how you would handle that. With 2 Vics in a Hurricane Squadron, you might have wanted to combine them with the Defiance and roll it together. You did it separately, it's fine. It's just a decision you can make. Well, I like decisions. Games that give you tough decisions, like... We got 4 guys coming in. We only have 3 guys, so we can't have 2 of our guys go after 1. Unless we can shoot them down early, I guess. And fortunately for us, I did it right. So, again, if you don't have communication, you just fly straight and forward. Alright, let's roll for this Yahoo. He gets a +4. That's probably something. Okay, he can do whatever he wants. We are going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to have these guys come out, and I'm thinking if we can take care of these guys early, that leaves this big swarm for us to catch up to later on. We'll see how it goes. All right. That is RAF movements. I'm going back to my reference sheet. Resolve dogfights. All right, resolving dogfights. Resolving dogfights. So we've got a dogfight here. We got 4 squadrons of Defiance. We have 2 squadrons of Hurricanes going up against 4 squadrons of BF-109s. So here we go. And I'm assuming since they're all combined, we roll them together. The gray dice will be the 2 Hurricanes. This will be the Defiance. Now these dice, we need 6s to hit. And on these dice, we need 5s to hit. That's why I got them different colors. And again, these dice did not come in this game. You need to order your dice separately. Or, you know, own any game ever which has 6-sided dice. Alright, so white dice again are Defiance. We need a 6 for hits. The gray dice are going to be for a Hurricane. We need a 5 or 6. And if we roll a 1 on any of these dice, it basically deflects a hit that the enemy could do to us. Let's see what happens. Here we go. We want to see lots of 6s. Like 6 6s. Or some 1s would be nice. Alright, so we got 1 hit there, and we got 1 hit there. And we have nothing, 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 and nothing. Alright. So far, that is what we got. We got 1 hit from the Defiance, and we have 1 hit from the Hurricanes. So we got 2 hits. I'm just going to put that here for a second. 2 hits. And we have no defenses. We didn't roll a 1 on any of the dice. So we got no defenses. So if the Germans hit us, that's going to be a problem. So we got 2 hits so far. It's all simultaneous. Let's see what the Germans decide to do about this. Maybe they'll miss. We want to see lots of 2, 3s, and 4s. The Germans hit on a 5. So 5 or 6s are hits. And they defend on a 1. So 5 or 6s are hits. So we want to see lots of 2s, 3s, and 4s. Lots of 2, 3s, and 4s. Okay, alright. So here's what happened. They got 2 hits on us. And they have no defending. 0 defense. So they hit us for 2. We hit they hit us for 2, and we hit them for 2. So each side takes 2 hits. Each side is going to take 2 hits. Now, oh, you're right. Yes, the Defiant. I'm sorry. The Defiant is a 6-2. And we did have a 2 on one of the wines. So that would have actually blocked one of the hits. You're right. My bad. You're right. So instead, they're only going to do 1 hit to us. There we go. What do you do if you don't have any extra dice? Mike is wondering if you don't have any dice in any game ever, then you're screwed. Like, the game doesn't come with dice. So if you can't afford a 6-sided dice, let me know, and maybe I can ship you over some. All right. So we did 2 damage to it. It did 2 damage to us, but we blocked 1, so it's only going to do 1 damage to us. Which now, a question for Thomas. When you take a hit and you have different squadrons, can you combine it any way you want? So can we take the hit on the Defiant, or do we have to take it on the Hurricane, or does it matter? I'm assuming you get your choice. or maybe it's set so you roll randomly. I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, I got you. So I'm gonna roll a d6. All right. So I have 4 Defiance and I have 2 Hurricanes in there. So I have a 1 to 6. So if I roll 1 to 4, it was a Defiant. If I roll a 5 or 6, it was a Hurricane. I got you. Okay. All right, and you always assign hits randomly. All right, here we go. It was a Defiant is hit. Okay, all right, we got that. So Defiant is hit. So our Defiants are knocked down. But we have caused 2 hits to the BF 109. Two hits to the BF 109. Nice. And we need to insert. We're gonna use a different shape for that. We'll use this shape right there. That looks like a good one. And we will make it orange. There. There we go. And each one of these did a fuel. So that is going to knock that down. That is going to knock that down. And that is going to knock that down. Again, if you had to print out like a normal human being, you would need to do what I am doing. Just print it out. You just have it and mark it down and make things much quicker and much easier, much faster. But if you're dumb and you forget to do things like print out your sheet, and I don't want to use the one, the sheet that comes with the book, All right, so we mark that off. There is, I should mention, there is space over here, which you can use. Copy. Right? So, the Defiance, you can actually, put down in each one of these little boxes how they scored. First number is number of hits, / second number is the number of defenses. So in this case, the Defiance hit 1 / 1 defense. And for the Hurricanes, it was 1 and 0. They had 1 attack and no defenses. And then for the BF 109, it was a 2 and 0. So this way you can record how the combats went. You can find out which squadrons are doing really good, which squadrons are losing pilots. You can keep that information in your head to kind of role play what's going on as this campaign unfolds in front of your eyes. All right, so, dun 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 dun. Now, at the end of Dogfight, each side randomly faces a random direction, if I'm not mistaken. So we will roll for that. We'll just put these guys out. All right. So we'll roll for each one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll see here in a second. So first guy is the Hurricane. 5. So the Hurricanes are going to be pointing down this way. We don't need that dice anymore. All right, let's see which way the Defiant is facing. 1, it's going to face north. And the BF 109 E's. Let's find out which way they're going. They're scattered. Scattered is what we're doing here. 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it's facing like almost back home as it was scared. It was running. All right. So that is dog fighting, right? We don't have any other dog fights. We're good there. Yes. Let's make sure. Right. End of round bookkeeping. End of round bookkeeping. Let's just make sure there's nothing that we need to write down here. So we just did our scattered formations. Right. Then we have fuel ammo points. Each time a squadron or staff participates in a dogfight, you mark off a fuel and ammo point. Jettison bombs if the bombers are under attack. We'll check for light AA, heavy AA, friendly fire, barrage balloons. We'll check for planes to return to base. They would then do any bombing and strafing. That happens. We would check for victory conditions. And I believe that's going to be the end of the round, and we're going to go it all over again. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything this time. Again, huge book. It looks like, oh my God. But really, like, last 20 pages is some Yahoo, some picture of some guy. We don't know who that guy is. And then you have some historic notes. Then you have, like, overview, information. Then you have a bunch of information about the people that were involved in what the decisions. Then you have your campaign overview results. Then you have all your different missions. And then in the beginning, it's just a few pages of rules. So it's not as bad as it looks, my friends. It's not as bad as it looks. All right. All right, we go on the second round with Luftwaffe movement. Luftwaffe movement. Oh, we got to go back to mission 1. Here we go. All right, now, with the Luftwaffe in the space with the RAF, do they move then, or is that just they just default to attacking? Is that what happens with that, or I'm assuming like do they have to re-engage? What happens with that? Let's see. That's a good question. Let's see what happens here. Dun, 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 dun. They will often re-engage. Okay. So do I still go through the process of rolling in his chart? So we will, I'm assuming, we're going to start from the top, like you're reading a book. And the first one we get to is this guy here. So let's see what he does. Here we go. Uh-oh, it's a 6. The 6 for the BF 109 is turn to RAF. That's probably going to mean that we're re-engaged, but let's just double check the book, and just to make sure, I'm sure Thomas will let me know, but turn to RAF. Turn to RAF. If 2 or more squadrons are equal distance, if 2 or more squadrons are equal distance, if you can't engage them, it will take the most direct path and end facing the squadron. Okay, well in this case, we're back in the dogfight. Okay, so do we actually turn this counter, or I guess it doesn't matter because at the end of combat, it's going to be a random direction anyways. So next one is going to be this guy right here, which could be bad. So he's headed directly towards this, which means he might fly right into us, which could actually be bad. It could actually be good, but it could also be bad. No need to turn the counter. Okay. So let's find out what he does first. This is a DO17. This could be bad, or it could be good. 3. Turn from RAF. And this is important because there is an RAF, as you can see, right there. And it's within 3 spaces. So we do need to check our rules on turning from RAF. It does not want to go in and dogfight with us, which makes complete sense. Turn from RAF. This shuffle changes facing and moves directly away from the nearest RAF squadron, but only if one is within 3 hexes. Otherwise, turn to target instead. If in the same hex as an RAF squadron, such as a round after a dogfight, turn to target instead. If 2 or more RAF squadrons are equal distance on the sector map. Oh, actually this guy is closer. So he's going to try and run away from this guy. He's going to turn and move 1, 2, 3. He's going to try and get away from this guy. I forgot all about that guy. So he's going to fly away. Turn to target instead. If 2 or more squadrons are equal distance. If 2 or more of the RAF squadrons are roll randomly. It takes the most direct path away, ends facing away from the squadron. Note that there are potential circumstances when a Stoffel moves away from the nearest RAF squadron and enters into a dogfight with another RAF squadron. Alright, well, there you go. So I believe this guy, again, he was facing that way, but he sees these guys coming right there. So he's going to and get the hell out of Dodge. So that we scared one of them away. That's good. And now we got to roll for this mess, which is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens with this guy. That is a 4. 4 is turn to target. Oh boy, here we go. I'm going to have to double check the turn to target again. Alright, turn to target. If it's not completed bombing, move it directly towards the nearest target and end movement facing towards that hex. In cases where 2 or more target hexes are equal distance, roll a d6 to randomly select the route taken. It takes the most direct path towards the target. Do not move toward targets that are limited unless, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's definitely going after this guy. And he moves 3 spaces. So, in essence, like, he could move 1, right? And then 2, turn. And then 3, and turn to fly around us. Or, in essence, he could, like, move up 1 and turn, and then fly into us by accident. So, I mean, there's a lot of paths it could go. He could go 1 and then straight up into us. Hey, Demi, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So, I guess the decision is when do you stop flying straight and when do you break over and then fly straight? Like, you could go 1 and then have them turn and come over. They could go turn 1, 2, 3. He could go 1, 2, 3. He could go 1, 2, 3. So there's a lot of variations in this. Roll randomly. All right, let's roll randomly. So, let's see. He was here. So he has 2 choices. He's either going to go into this hex or this hex. So it's going to be odd and even. even. He's going to go in this hex. Now, he has this hex or this hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so they're still equal distance away. Either this hex or this hex. We're going to go odd, even. Odd. Oh, he flies right into us. Lovely. Now you saw that was completely random. I had no control over this. Completely random. So that worked out about as well as we could have hoped so far. So far. Here we go. So that we don't even need. Do we need to? We don't need to. We're automatically engaged in dogfight. I don't think we even need to roll for us. Do we need to roll for us? I don't know. Let me see. In the rules, it says roll randomly. I love roll randomly. I think that it should, because you shouldn't plan out like how the AI is going to do things, because sometimes they're not going to see you until they get right on top of them. They're in the clouds, whatever. Maybe they're really high, really low. They don't see you. It's not like they're going, hey, there's a group of guys over there. We should ignore those guys. Yes, I do not need to roll for movement. I'm in 2 dogfights. Look at us go. All right. So, we got 3 Defiance. I'm going to roll these separately. This time. Make it a little easier. So, we got a Defiance. Defiance going up against the BF 109s. We need a 6 and a 1 and a 2 will block hits. Let's see what we get. Oh, I'm going to block 2 hits if he tries to hit me. That's nice. All right. So that is the Defiant roll. Now, the Hurricanes, they hit on 5 and 6s, and they block on 1s. Come on, hits. Oh, look at that. A hit and a block. Nice. So, let's... This game is easy. Alright. So, Defiant 0/2. And the Hurricane is a 1/1. Look at us. Oop. Didn't mean to hit that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Now let's roll for the BF 109. The BF 109 only has 2 guys left. So let's see if we can dodge a few more of his shots. And he has 1 hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. 4 is a nothing for him. All right, so he's got a 1 and a 0. One and a 0. All right. Let's see who we would have hit. 1, 2, 3 is the Defiant. 4 and 5 is the Hurricane. 6 is a reroll because we don't have a 6. A 2. So he would have hit the Defiant, but the Defiant says, no, you will not hit me. And it takes no damage. Ha ha ha. And then we will have 1 hit from a Hurricane on it. And so now it's going down quick. It's down to 1 little guy left. Ha ha ha. Who said this is going to be hard? Thomas? Who said this is going to be hard? In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the BF 109 is going to be out of. It's going to be out of. It's going to be out of dogfights. It's spent its ammo. It's spent its. Yeah, it's done. Ha ha ha. The hurricane. Oh, you deduct the successful defense from the number of hits before you attribute the hits. Okay. So we would add up all of our defenses. We would have 3 defenses. We would subtract that before we decide who's hit. Okay, I got you. All right, that's good. Well, they're in big trouble. BF 109 is going to have to leave now because he's got no ammo. He's got nothing left. He's got to go home. I believe after the second one, they go into return to home mode, don't they? But first things first, we got scatter now. Who said this is going to be hard? This is easy. We'll get to scatter in a minute. Let's finish this dogfight. So we got us Hawk or Hurricane here. Hawk or Hurricanes. They hit on. Let's see. What do they hit on? They hit on 5s. We have a full squadron here. Full squadron. We want to see some 5s. We need some 6s because if we hit them, they will jettison their junk and they will fly home. They will come. They will not bomb us. Let's see if we can do this. He's got no more fuel and he's bingo fuel. That's a technical term we like to use in the old aviation. The old aviation system. It's called bingo fuel, which means they have to go home. Here we go. Let's see. Come on, Hurricanes. Sooner us down. Ooh, that's good. We got 1 defense, and we got 1 hit. That's lovely. But we're going to have a whole bunch of dice coming at us. We have Squadron 1 and Squadron 3. And they're full. There's a 4 and a 4. So we're going to roll for Squadron 1. There's going to be problems. They hit on a 6. And they defend on a 1. They hit on a 6 and they defend on a 1. Here we go. Misses. We don't want to see any 6s. No 6s. No 6s. That's not what the doctor ordered at all. At all. At all. So that's 2 hits and a defend. And now, with the second squadron, which we're just going to roll these 4 dice for the second squadron. And another defend. Wow. All right. So they have 2 hits, 2 defends. That's kind of disappointing, actually. So, Squadron 1. All right. Oop. All right, that was Squadron 1. Jerky Jerks, Squadron 1. They had two attacks, 1 defend. And Squadron 3 had no attacks, 1 defense. So, it's going to end up being, we did 1, which is blocked by them. Then they do 2, and we're going to block one of them, but they're going to get 1 through. So we're going to lose a squadron of Vex. Woo! Uh-oh. That hurricane is number 2. It is number 2. It's going to lose a fuel. The DO-17s are going to lose a fuel. Alright, now we got a lot of random dice rolls to determine who's facing which direction. So, first one is this one here. Let's see who's going where. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's start with Hawker Hurricane. Hawker Hurricane is going 2. So it's facing 1, 2. Alright. We got Defiant, which defiantly they're winning this battle. 4. 1, 2, 3. He's facing directly south. And we have the Emil BF-109, which is facing, no, he's facing the wrong direction. That's good. All right, then we have this mess over here. And let's see which way everyone's facing here. So, our wounded, that's right, wounded hurricanes. Facing the wrong direction here. And now we have the bombers. 3. Oh, they're facing the wrong way too. That's nice. And now 6. And these guys are facing that way. All right. We still have these guys to worry about. Okay, in the first engagement, the BF-109 is now RTB, return to base, so he automatically faces south. Okay, gotcha. So this guy doesn't roll randomly. He will just automatically start heading for home, which makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. Like, he's got no fuel, he's got no ammo, he's going to start turning back home, he's going to start running his ass home. So, RTB, automatically you can face him back. All right, just keep that in mind, guys. All right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Guys are running for home now. Bunch of cowards. Bunch of cowards. We're kicking their ass and they're running for home. What do you know? All right. That is, let's see. We did the engagements. We did the and we resolved the dogfights. Now we do the end around bookkeeping, which, again, if I had printed out the sheet, I would be able to do the bookkeeping. But for you guys, I created a nice little spreadsheet for you to watch. Oh, it actually says RTB on the other side. I didn't even know that. And I just destroyed my stack of counters. I hope you guys appreciate this. I destroyed my stack of counters. Oh, it does say RTB right there in the corner. Look at that. Okay, now we know. Woohoo! All right, so I think we're moving on to the next round. The next round happens. And again, we start from the top. We work our way down. So this guy's first. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. I think they just go straight towards their base, which I think is down here. All right, let's find out what happens with this guy now. So these guys, they're facing opposite directions. You can see one's facing northwest, and the other one is facing directly south. So does that mean they're no longer in a group? They're no longer working together? And they might, separate, which would be good because then we can tear them apart. Or would they reform up together and move together? One thing that you missed is the roll to determine if the pilot's bailed out or killed. Oh, okay. Okay, so they start moving separately. Cool. All right, good to know. So, we will roll for this top one. Let's see what he does. Turn to target. So he is going to try to get back on mission. 1, 2, 3. Actually, all right, he's facing that way. He's going to try. He's definitely going to go here. Boom. He's definitely going to go there because it's the shortest path. If he goes here, it's going to be longer. So he's going to turn to target. I think he would go there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could go here, or he could go there, and he could end up in another dogfight. So we're going to go odd, even. Yep, I believe. So he's going to take the most direct path that's shortest. But then when it's in this situation, it could matter. We're going to roll. So odd, even, and he can end up in another dogfight here. No, there. And now, again, odd and even. And this time he's going to turn and go over there and then straighten out like that, which he flew around us for some reason, but that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, now this guy, he's facing south. Let's find out what he wants to do. He wants to turn the target as well. So his target is, if he goes there, it's farther away. So he's going to go into this space, and I'm assuming he can turn all the way around. He's going to fly. He was facing south, so I would assume he has to go into one of these two areas. And if he moves into this area, then he can turn his plane to go back towards the target. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got to head directly north. So that was 1, 2, and 3. And now he's going to get jumped by us. And that worked out perfectly for us. Again, I couldn't be doing that slightly wrong again, but I think Thomas is here agreeing and telling me most everything is random unless they have a direct path that's shorter. So I think we're doing it pretty good. And now we're going to be in another dogfight, which is kind of good, but we also have this Yahoo, which got beyond us. So so those guys are all in a dogfight, which are fine. This guy can, 1, it's a hurricane. What's his speed? Speed of 3. There we go. 2 and 3. Yes. Caught back up to him. They thought he was going to get away. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're not getting away from us. All right. It probably would have moved directly. Again, guys, turn on your chat because you'll be able to see what his replies are. I don't want to just sit here and read what he says. But basically, if he doesn't agree with me, I'll let you know. But he's kind of agreeing that, yeah, you could have done it this way, but it probably would have ended up the same way. So in this case, we got 2 more dogfights. Oh, wait. This guy we already moved, but this guy still has to go. He's not returned to base. I don't know why he's on that side. He just flew away from us. He wasn't returning to base. But let's see what he chooses to do. 5, turn to target. So again, he would bloop, turn, and then 1, and then odd even. 2, odd even. Boom, just like that. I think that's how he would have moved. Oh, if you roll 1, you have no comms. Correct. It's true. So we wouldn't be able to dogfight them. So let me roll for these guys first. Yeah, I don't get to do that. One of the things I always forget. Like, we're not playing God here, right? So we have to actually, let me move this guy back. 1, 2, 3. I have to roll first to make sure. So it is, I apologize. I keep forgetting that rule. I apologize. It should be written down here somewhere on my sheet. Don't forget to roll. Hawker Hurricane 2. He only has 3 Vics, so I get a +3. I cannot roll 1 on this or I'm screwed. Okay, we're fine. So then he was 1, 2, 3. Boom. So you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm glad he's here. And you guys don't just play God. You can't play God and just do what you want to do because sometimes your guys are trying to communicate. They can't see anybody. They don't know where anybody is. So yes, got to make sure you do that. Because if you roll 1, that just goes straight, looking for targets or whatever. All right, so we're back in the dogfight again. Here we go. So we got Hurricane 2, which has got 3 Vics. 3 Vicaroos. We hit some 5s and 6s. We dodges on 1s. Come on, we want to see some hits. Let's go. Come on down. That is a 1 dodge. The BF or DO17 1 has got all 4 of his guys. All 4 of his guys. He hits on 6s, defends on 1s. Hits on 6s, defends on 1s. He defends. So a lot of defending going on and not a lot of attacking going on. Unfortunately for us, it uses up all of our ammo. And that means that's going to be a problem. So this is that's our second one with Hurricane number 2. You can't defend yourself to victory. That's true. It is the Battle of Britain, my friend. Good to see you, Al Red Sox fans. So, Hurricane. We forgot to post his information. Again, probably should have done that, but oh well. So, in this case, he was a 0-1. Not very good shooting by Hurricane number 2. And DO17 was 0-2. So a lot of missing going on out there. Okay, so who's returned to base? Who's returned to base? I'm not sure who's supposed to go returning to base. Why are they returning to base? They still have one more. They still have one more go, right? Yeah, they still have one more go. They've only fought twice. Yeah, this is only their second. This is only their second fight. They got 3, right? I know. If I had the sheet and I had it printed out, it'd be a little easier. They're out of fuel points. I think this is only their second fight. They should have one more. I could be wrong, but I thought that was only their second fight. Yeah, there's no. In this fight, there's only one. This one down here is a different fight. We're doing this fight first. This is Hurricane number 2. This is the one that came after the big swarm. And then the swarm separated. And then, so that was their first attack. And then and then they flew up here to go after them the second time. So this is their second attack on that. Now I got this one. And this one is going to be a problem because, yes, they're going to be a problem. Yes. So this one's going to be a problem. Yes, I agree with that. All right, so let's go to this one then. So we have DO17. I'm going to roll that DO17 first. Maybe that'll help our luck here. So, we still haven't hit a single bomber. We have not hit a single bomber yet. And he has 1 hit on us. 1 hit. All right, that's all right. 1 hit. Now, we have Hurricane 1 with 2 dice. Hits on a 5 or 6. Defends on a 1. And then we have the Defiance. The Defiance hit on a 6. Defend on a 1. Yes! Defiance! Defiance! The best plane in the game! The best plane in the game. Look at that. Defiance. They're going to block their hit. And they can't block our hit. So they're going to get shot down. Shot down. Defiance once again. All right. So you blocked twice. I'm not sure what that means. So you oh, right. They defend on a 1 or 2. I keep forgetting the Defiance are even better. There's another one. They blocked twice. Right. That's what he meant. Right. I'm just so used to ones. But Defiance are Defiance. All right, Defiance, 1 kill. 2 defends. Hurricanes with the big Ofer. They're 0 for. And that's going to do it for the Hurricanes. Now they're done. So they're going to be returned to base. And the Defiance got 1 left. They got 1 more attack left. So Hurricanes are going to be returned to base. All right, which we'll get to in a second. We got to roll for these yahoos and figure out which direction they're going to face. So the bombers, 2. So they're going to face northwest. Now, wait a minute. They're also returned to base because they've taken damage. So they jettison their bombs and their fuel, and they hit return to base. Right? So they're going to face south as well. These guys are going to face south. And now our Hurricanes are returned to base because they have no more fuel. And our Defiance. Now, the only thing we need to do is roll for the Defiance. And defiantly, which way are they going to face? 4, which is southwest. Defiantly, they're facing southwest. Yeah, these Hurricanes are going to go back to the old OTU, the Operational Training Unit, to learn how to shoot. Oh, that's too funny. All right, the Hurricanes are out. They did their 3 attacks. They got no more. They're bingo fuel, as we like to say. Bingo fuel. Defiance have 1 more though, and we're gonna use them. All right. So that was that attack. That was that attack. That is all the attacks. We are done. We would do the bookkeeping, which we've already done. We're kind of doing that as we go. And now we have to roll to see what we're doing. So, starting with the northern group, this guy defiantly is still heading towards his target location. Because no one's hit him yet. Oh wait, we forgot to mark kills here. That is which one is that? Number 3. Number 3. Farnley. Oops. Number 3 takes a kill. There we go. Farnley hit him. Holy cow. These guys are not easy to take down. Whew. Alright, starting with this guy. He's defiantly heading north. 2. Turn from RAF. Turn from RAF. Now, this is going to be a question because the RAF is in his zone. There's an RAF here. So this guy here is he's facing this way. Would he continue going this way to get away from the RAF that's in his area? Or would he turn to go away? I'm not sure. Yes, he's heading north. Okay. So, unfortunately, he's going to go right into this because it's the shortest target distance, and that is AA. I believe that's AA. Isn't that AA? I think it's AA. What are we doing?
That's what I want to know.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Lunch?
You want to go?
Well,
We can go get something. That's fine.
it's 1:20 already.
All right.
I know how you feel about lunchers.
That's fine. We can go. Give me like 5 minutes. All right. We're gonna finish this round and then I'm gonna call it a stream because we got to go get lunch before the show today. So Oh, okay. So these AA things don't shoot. Okay. So he's just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then he's gonna try and drop his bombs. He needs to roll. He's gonna roll 4 dice. Oh, this could be bad. This could be bad, and this might end the mission right here, anyways. This could end the mission with I think in this first mission, like if they damage it, it's an automatic failure. Is that wrong? Alright, special mission. Ensures 0 hits are scored on the convoy. Oh, I get an extra 5 victory points. Luftwaffe special missions score at least 3 hits on both convoys. You get an extra 2 victory points. Alright, let's finish this up real quick because I got to get a shower and then we're leaving. So, let's see if let's just do a bomb and then we'll call it a live stream. So he's got 4 planes there. He hits on 4s. Every one that he hits is worth 3 victory points. 4 or higher, I think, is a hit. Let's go. We'll do the AA next time. I don't have time to do it right now. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so he's got 2 hits. He landed 2 hits, which is 6 victory points for the Germans. And then, of course, you would score that. You would write it down. You would keep track of it, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they made it up there. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about that. We tried to shoot them down ahead of time. We just couldn't get to all of them. That was kind of a bummer. Woo! Look at the special rule at the bottom of the book. Yep, thought I was. Oh, okay. That's right. This special mission, the DO-17s that bomb the convoys need a 6 to hit. Let's start again. Let's give him another roll because I don't remember what he rolled. So the special mission, normally they need a 4 or higher, and I was looking at the little counter because I was being proactive. Don't do that. Read the rules in the book. And special mission, they have a 6. They need a 6. Let's see if we can get a 6. And they miss. No points for them. 0. Losers. Now they would flip them over to return to base because they're done with their bombing run. And then you would work that out. This guy's still going. This guy would try to still come up and bomb these guys. We still have this squadron here, which can come over, try and intercept these guys up in this area. Probably next turn, this guy will come up. This guy will try and come over there. These guys will finish the little dogfight. Hopefully shoot some people down. This guy's already headed home there. So, 1, 2, 3. We would probably make it up there to fight him. Let's assume what we missed. Then he would come in and bomb. And we'll see if he ends up doing any damage there before he has to return to base. It's 1. Okay. So we only hit 1. That's not bad. But that's how that's done. There you go. That is mission 1. We're going to probably play this again now that we know what we're doing a little bit better. We got kind of a tough setup. We did pretty good. The Defiance defiantly kicked butt, which was awesome. And we had a great time playing. That's the most important thing. Tally ho. Check it out at your local. Actually, you order the book at Amazon. And then you order the counters, which, to be honest, I wouldn't play without these awesome counters. I don't like making counters myself. You can order the box edition over at Blue Panther. You get all the counters and all the maps and everything really nicely done from them, already pre-cut, so all you have to do is punch them out, as you can see. That's awesome. Thanks to Thomas for your help. Thanks for Al, Red Sox fan. Be sure to check out that great, wonderful channel. And be sure to check out Historic Wings and his information if you want to see this game in action. I know he's got a couple of videos on his channel as well. Tally ho, mission 1. Again, do we replay it or do we move on to scenario 2? I don't know. Let me know in your comments section down below how you think we did. If we think we completed it enough to move on to mission 2, we will do that. If not, we will replay it and maybe try it with a different setup and see how things go. Tally Ho by Thomas Van Hare. We'll see everyone at 4 o'clock today here on the channel for the War Room with our good friend Hissy Cat as a guest host today. Until then, my friends, take care of yourselves and we'll see you all down the line.